Welcome to the NBA Coast to Coast podcast brought to you by TheLines.com. I'm your host, Nate Weitzer, flying solo here one more time with Josh out sick. I got player props up for you in this video, got best bets in another video. Been doing really well on the best bets lately, despite all the landmines down the stretch of an NBA regular season. Player props split them last night. Ryan Rollins split it between the two looks there because Giannis just went absolutely nuclear as a playmaker. And Jimmy Butler came up well short. But as far as the best bets, like I've been saying, the top one has hit pretty consistently here. So looking to keep that going. And the player props have been hot as well. Like and subscribe to the page. Check out the email newsletter, which we are dropping on Friday. That has some props and an alt line in there for an SGP here on Friday. And it is 3-2 on the season. Been doing pretty well. But let's get into the picks here for Friday's slate. 10 games on the docket. I like Austin Reeves here with the Lakers on a back-to-back. Over 24.5 points and assists is about even on MGM. But I think you can really just look at a points ladder here. 20.5 is his core line. You can get 2-1 money on him to score 25. AR has actually scored 30 in 3 straight back-to-backs for the Lakers. 32.3 points per game, 30% usage, 38 minutes per game. So even if LeBron or Luka both play here after a war down the stretch against the Warriors last night, it's going to be a bit of a shift to letting AR handle more. But I wouldn't be surprised if one of them sits here against the Shell Pels, the Pelicans, who are really just benching everybody down the stretch of a lost season. Name a starter at the beginning of the year for the Pelicans. They are out at this point. Somehow their defense has been okay lately. Well, I mean, if you break down the self-filter of tankers versus non-takers, 130 defensive rating versus the 4 non-takers they played in their last 6. Solid against the 2 tankers. They are not going to be able to stop this Lakers offense, which has been humming. AR has been incredible. 20 points in the 4th last night. And if we don't have LeBron, who had a bad collision early in that game, so he will have a legit excuse to sit on the back-to-back. AR goes 9 more points per game without LeBron. 28 versus 19. He goes to 15 RA versus 9.5. In 2 without Luka since the All-Star break, his usage rate has jumped from 24 to 34%. He's at 44.5 PA, playing 40 minutes per game. So everything goes through AR if one of those guys sits. I mean, certainly if both of them sit. Because I think one was out without both Luka and Brahan, and he's just like, sure, I'll go out there and get 44. Luka has only scored 23 a game his last 2 back-to-backs with the Lakers. Now, I'm not going to say, fade him. He's not going to do anything because he had a pretty quiet game last night against the Dubs. But that just indicates that they are willing to, look at the schedule to be like, all right, we got a team that's not necessarily going to be competitive here. Let's get our vets a little bit more rest. Let's run more stuff through AR, who's very young and certainly capable of handling the bigger load. And the Lakers just have no bench. So everything does have to be initiated by one of these 3 guys. And again, if you go down to 2 or 3, you're getting extreme value on Austin Reeves, who's just balling right now. Second pick is going to be Malik Monk. And actually you're going to leave out the points here for my preferred bet is 8.5 rebounds and assists, because that gets you plus 110 at DraftKings. It gets you plus money elsewhere. You can actually get 7.5 if you eat the juice there. But the thing is, Malik has been sick as a dog. He must have been, because he only played 17 minutes after missing 2 or 3 games here in late March. In his last 3, he's been back up to only 29 minutes a game, averaging 9, 4, and 4. So that's where we're right at this number. Shooting has just been abysmal, 28, 23%. So I'm not going to say he necessarily snaps his shooting slump here, but the usage is there in terms of his rebounds and assists. And he actually boards up a lot more when Sabonis has been in there this season, which you see at times when you have an elite rebounder and boxer outer, if you will. That allows a guard to come in, swoop in there, grab some boards. He actually has a 61% rebound chance rate in his 8 March games before he came back from the illness. He had a team-high 47 passes in those 8, second in drives behind DeRozan. As you guys know, he was a focal point of this offense, and it's been strange that in the 4 since he's come back, he's just really been kind of a net zero coming off the bench at times. But I think they can get back to this against Charlotte, which is just, again, a shell team, a team that is sitting everybody, actually has allowed the most assists to point guards in their last 15 by a long shot. 11 assists per game just to point guards in the last 7 for them. Second most rebounds to point guards in their last 30. So you look at the splits for guys facing them. Point guards have gone over their assist prop in 5 of their last 7 against Charlotte, over their combined RA prop in 7 of their last 10 against Charlotte. And, you know, that doesn't even account for the extra value you're getting here from Monk because you're buying low. Because, again, yeah, he was very sick, it seems, missed a few games, couldn't get his feet back under him. He was, you know, able to at least, you know, ramp up the usage and attempt a lot more shots against Washington last time out. Kings couldn't even win that game, which tells you where they're at. So they need Monk to be good. They also are not really a risk of blowing out this Hornets team, even though they're at minus 11 here on the road. So I like Monk to get his full slate of minutes, put up some numbers here. If you want to take the PRA, it's at 23.5, but I don't necessarily trust him scoring the basketball. Sabonis has been taking on a lot more usage as a scorer, DeRozan as well. So look for Monk to kind of set them up, initiate the offense, and get it done that way. That is all the time we have for you today here in Player Props. We've also got the best bets up for you separately in a different video. Back Monday with Josh Lander. I certainly hope through the rest of the regular season into the playoffs, we will be bringing you these videos throughout the NBA season and the second season. And until we see you next, happy betting.